Hey guys, welcome back to DIY with Max. Today we're going to be making a video about how to patch all these holes. I'm currently in the closet of the condo that we're renovating, and this seems to be the perfect spot because we got plenty of holes to fill, and then we have some uneven surfaces with the paint. I'll show you how to fill that, and also have some tare that we need to fix in order to level the wall so we can put the molding back up. And we have a puncture that we also need to take care of. We got our work cut out for us, so let's get started.
Here's what we need for these wall repairs. A 12-inch putty knife for large area repairs, a 4-inch putty knife for those smaller holes, a spackling putty. We use the Drywall brand from the local big box store. It goes on pink and dries white. And finally, a mud pan. Let's jump into the wall repairs.
Now these walls have already been pre-sanded and prepped. If you're curious how we did that, please check out our video on how to prep a room for spackling and sanding. Let's get to work. What you want to do is you want to take a corner of your knife and pick up a little more spackle than you need to fill the hole, and you're gonna push it in there.
You may have to make several passes with the putty knife to make sure that the hole is completely filled.
Now let's go over how to fill in a larger area like this with a bunch of holes. It's easier to just do the whole area. You want to get your putty knife and grab enough putty.
Start at the top of the repair area and cover the whole area in putty. Make several passes to feather the putty out. Switch directions from your putty knife to remove excess mud from the wall. The less mud you put on, the easier it is to sand it off later. Now let's take a look at how to repair a corner. Start by applying the mud to one side of the corner. Once again, make several passes till the area is smooth. At that point, switch to the other side of the corner and repeat the same steps. If you're struggling, like I am here, to get the mud in the corner, there is a very easy trick. Grab some mud with your finger and spread it into the corner, and then use the putty knife to once again smooth out the sides. And there you go, the corner is complete.
Now we want to patch this whole uneven surface and this one down. This putty knife is not big enough to help us do that, so we have to go to a bigger one. This guy will make sure all areas are covered and makes the area nice and flat. The idea is the same. Pick up enough putty to initially cover the area.
When you're using the bigger putty knife, switch to using two hands. You will get a smoother finish with less passes.
And there you go. Once this gets sanded, it'll be nice and flat. If you see any bubbles in the spackle, go ahead and run through it one more time in a different direction. And come back down. These bubbles where the holes are normal. What's gonna happen is as the putty dries, they're all gonna get sucked in a little bit, and we may have to do this area a couple times to make sure that it's nice and flat with the wall. Now let's move on to the top here.
In this section of the room, I'm going to show you how to repair the paint lines between old and new paint. This repair is very similar to the others. Apply a generous amount of putty to the area. Switch your putty knife to rest on the edges of the paint lines and level the putty knife to cover the gap. Repeat the process till the area is fully repaired. Let's move on to patching a puncture.
Alright, so want to make sure there's no loose paper. It's nice and sturdy in here. So let's get this section fixed up.
We want to apply the putty like we did in the previous areas. The only difference is the pressure I'm exerting on the putty knife. With a puncture, you want to make sure that there's more putty than you need. It should slightly bulge out so when it dries, it can be sanded flat with the rest of the wall. Now let's go over how to patch this large tear out that happened during base molding removal. We want to start by assessing the area to see if the paper line is not lifting like it does in my case. In an instance like mine, the best course of action is to remove the peeled paper with a blade. I know it seems counterintuitive because we're doing more damage, but if we attempt to patch it as is, the moisture in the mud will get absorbed into the paper and create an uneven surface that we will have to repair again. So it's better just do it right the first time. With the paper trimmed, we can get to patching this tear using the same techniques as before.
Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get more educational videos like this. And we will see you in the next one.